Hey, what's going on, crypto family? So we're going to give it about 3 minutes, let everyone get in here, and then we'll go ahead and start this live stream. Hey, what's going on, David? Good to have you here. So we're going to cover the Monero hard fork that's going to happen on March 14th. So I'm going to go over that and basically like what to expect and if it's backed by the company and if it's a scam or not. So I'm going to go over a lot of that stuff. And hey, appreciate you following. I'm going to go ahead and make you a moderator. Any people that support my channel and everything, I mean, it's always great to have and just, spread positivity and kind of grow this crypto family, as we grow this YouTube channel. So always looking for positive people. So appreciate the follow and appreciate the support. So we're going to give it about a minute and 15 left, and then we'll go ahead and start this live stream. Basically, we're just going to cover the recent Bitcoin rally and then a couple coins that are doing fairly well. One of those being Monero with the hard fork coming up. And then we'll also talk about Litecoin and the delay of LightPay, basically like with the Visa adoption. And then a couple other coins that I've been looking at as well. So going to be a good show today and definitely looking forward to it. Hey, my official, good to have you here, man. And what's going, Dr. TJ Eichelberg? Good to have you here too. Dr. TJ Eichelberg is asking, where could he see the information about the Monero fork and where did the news coming up? So basically, I'm going to go over that. Actually, I'm going to pull up an article about Monero and explain that. Basically, if you just search like Monero hard fork on Google, then it'll come up. So with that, let's go ahead and start this live stream. So basically, before we start, I just want to say if you're not following me on Twitter, definitely make sure to do that and put on post notifications, because I always post on Twitter when I'm gonna go live or when I have any new updates. If you saw on one of the tweets I put, I actually replied to someone that Bitcoin's gonna rise fairly soon, and it was on February 25th, and I actually said I'm going long on February 28th. And if you look here on the chart for Bitcoin, you can see February 28th, we had this low of 10,267. And then since then, it's just been on a rise. So again, make sure to follow me on Twitter if you're not. And, it's at the CryptoData. And again, I'm always posting the latest information and trying to help y'all out. So that's definitely one place where you can contact me. So, but with that, let's go ahead and start looking at the coins. So refresh the page here to get a good live analysis here. We can see Bitcoin is actually at $11,364, so it's up 2.6%. That's great. It's good to see it on the rise, and it's good to pass that resistance that we had at about 11,200. So that's very, very positive for that. Ethereum still kind of, consolidating a little bit, $862, down 1%. Ripple doing the same, down 1%. And most of these coins, Litecoin has actually been up over 3% to $215. So it's good to see Litecoin bouncing back. I personally like Litecoin long term. I think it has a lot of potential. I think we'll definitely see $1,000 this year. And again, I'm going to talk about LightPay and you know, more credit card issuers adopting that, and what we can look for that in the future. And then Neo, not really doing too much right now, at 126, down 0.36%. Cardano, again, not doing much. And then, but Monero here is up 13% to $365. So I'm going to talk about the hard fork with that, and you know why it's been going up so much. So with that, let's go ahead and look at Bitcoin. So we can see here Bitcoin again today, it's gone up, you know, over 2%, $11,332. Now, if you look at the RSI, it's looking pretty overbought right now. We're on a 1-hour chart. And usually when you get into this overbought territory, you tend to have a little retracement. So again, you know, once we get a little higher into this overbought territory, maybe expect Bitcoin to retrace a little bit back down to that, you know, $11,200 level here, where it's now going to be the previous, what was previous resistance here is now going to be support. So again, look for it to have a pullback possibly to 11,200, and then, you know, get ready for another leg up. And before, when I was going over Bitcoin a couple of videos ago, I mentioned it had this inverse head and shoulders pattern. If you go on the daily chart, that for those who don't know, that's a bullish technical analysis. And you see the left shoulder here, the head, and then the right shoulder here. And you can see on that right shoulder, you know, it's completing that inverse head and shoulders pattern, and we'll continue to see it, you know, go to the upside after it has some consolidation here. So it's nice to see that's playing out, and you know, we are seeing some good action on Bitcoin right now. So it's good to see some volume, a little bit of volume coming in. I'd like a little bit more volume, you know, to kind of solidify this bullish turn that we've had. But until then, you know, it's great to see that it passed that first resistance at 11,200. And then the next resistance we're going to be looking at is going to be 11,800. So going to the 4-hour chart here, we can see up here, this previous resistance here is about 11,000. It got up all the way to $11,740 right here. So this is going to be that next resistance level that we're looking at. So once we pass this up here, then, you know, then we can start seeing, you know, as we go higher to 12,000, and we just move further from there. So again, next level we're looking at is about 11,800. Passing that, again, 12,000 is that big mark we're looking for to really solidify, you know, this reversal and getting into that bullish trend. So let's go and look at some questions here. So Jefferson Kine said, Litecoin is going to replace BTH as far as volume, market cap, and maybe price by the fall. A lot of these coming forks are BS and a scam of one variety or another. Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook censor any anti-MSM narrative. And then Dr. TJ Eckelberg says, did you buy CPC Chain? I haven't bought CPC Chain, but I've heard a lot about it. So it's definitely one I'm going to have to keep an eye on, because a lot of people have been talking about that one. And Jefferson says, lots of Patriots are leaving YouTube. We're getting Axe all together right now. I hold XVG, XRP, Litecoin, and EOS. And then Jefferson said, Ethereum is the only good for getting alts. Ethereum will be replaced soon. And let's see. So yeah, so Jefferson, that's a lot of comments there. Yeah, basically, you know, for hard forks and everything, one of the main things for hard forks is just, again, there's going to be a lot of companies that are, you know, a lot of companies that have these hard forks, and you always have to be careful with hard forks. I'm going to go over Monero's hard fork in a minute, but again, always be careful with sharing your private keys with anyone, especially if the company isn't supporting that hard fork. I know Litecoin Cash, Charlie Lee wasn't supporting it. So again, always make sure that if the creator of the coin isn't supporting that hard fork, then kind of be wary about, you know, a third party using that. So just something to keep an eye on when you're handling your private keys with any of these hard forks. So, but going on to Monero. So for those who don't know, Monero is having a hard fork on March 14th. Now, the new coin is going to be called Monero V. And basically what's going to happen is if you're holding Monero, then you're going to get 10 Monero Vs. And now, I just want to have a disclaimer here. So the Monero company, I believe they are not supporting this fork. This is like a third party doing this fork. And basically kind of like similar to Litecoin Cash, Bitcoin Cash, etc. But what Monero V is doing here is they basically want to have a cap on, you know, how many of the coins there are, versus Monero there's kind of like an unlimited cap. So they're going to have 256 million of XMV and a release of 158 million at the fork, and it says expected price will rise. However, they're entering increasingly crowded anonymous altcoin market that already includes Dash, Zcash, Zcoin, Pivx, Komodo, and Verge. So as you know, privacy coins are super you know, popular right now. A lot of people like them. Monero's been in the spotlight a lot with celebrities and basically people using it because it's anonymous, you know, versus Bitcoin or other coins where you can still track it. So that's kind of one of the reasons why, you know, it's gotten so much attention. And with this hard fork coming out, basically it's going to happen on block 1,529,810, you know, around March 14th. And again, this hard fork is, you know, by a third party. So if you look at some of these articles on it, it's saying there's been a couple different, basically a couple different opinions on it. So this one person who's, you know, Monero enthusiast, they say it's 100% scam. Let me get this straight. You have to enter your Monero keys and the Monero V wallet to claim them. So if there's spyware in it, they can steal your actual XMR. If you're smart enough to wait until after the fork and move your Monero first, they can still de-anonymize all your past XMR transactions up to that point. So basically say there's a good chance it's a scam or a de-anonymization attack. And then another person said everything will be open source so you can download and compile it yourself. Compiled binaries with PGP keys will be supplied. It's neither a scam nor a de-anonymization attack. And then another guy says it will come down to 9.5% of the supply at the time of launch. No escrow, no nothing. They get all the proceeds up front without any effort, and it remains anonymous. What could go wrong? So again, you know, a lot of these forks are you know, with Monero, it's kind of anonymous. So that's kind of what people are concerned about. But again, I mean, you know, invest at your own risk. I'm not a financial advisor or anything. So there are some concerns with this. And because it's a third party, it's not really supported by the company, the Monero company. Again, it's just, you know, something risky. And some people, you know, are in it because they want to get those 10 free coins for every one Monero they hold, you know, 10 XMVs. So it's, I mean, you could, you know, hold them in the Monero wallet and then maybe at the snapshot time, right after that, move them over, you know, to a different wallet. I know I did that with the Z Classic and the Bitcoin private fork, just in case, because if you give someone your private key, you know, if you don't have anything in that wallet, it's kind of one way to safeguard yourself a little bit. Again, it's not 100%. But yeah, so that's basically what's happening with Monero right now. They're just trying to make a new coin that is going to solve the Monero scalability issue, and they claim the transaction size is too big on the Monero blockchain. So again, you know, it's just like Litecoin Cash or any other coin. They're trying to fix certain problems that they see with the coin. So I really have no opinion on it. Again, you know, always invest at your own risk, but that's why we are seeing Monero climb so much, and it be, you know, one of the only coins that's up double digits today out of any of the coins in the top 100. So just want to give people some insight, and we'll probably see Monero climb, you know, maybe probably up until 3 days before, probably like March 11th. And again, some people are playing it where just riding the gains on Monero and not participating in the fork at all. So you can either do that if you want, or you can risk it and try to get free coins for the fork. But again, it's totally up to you. I'm not leaning one way or the other. So, and let's see. David said, do you think we're bullish on BTC, or we could see another down before we get a bull run? So David, that's a great question. As far as, you know, being bullish right now, I am very bullish on Bitcoin right now. I've been following a lot of Twitter accounts that monitor like the contracts that people buy with Bitcoin, and there were a lot of shorts that were liquidated and a lot of long positions opened. So I believe those contracts, while again not, you know, something to go by solely, but it's just a good indicator of, you know, where we're possibly going in the short term. So right now with Bitcoin, we've seen it consolidate for a while, and again, it's had a problem breaking that $11,800 level. So that was the previous resistance. It's shown pretty strong so far. But again, as long as, I think as long as we're able to maintain, one of the biggest resistance or supports was around 10,800 here. You can see where we bounced off right here. And again, but if we can maintain that support at, 11,200, that would be even better. But again, if we stay above this 10,800 here, then I'm definitely still bullish. But if we do drop that 10,800, then the next target we're looking for is possibly around, 10.6 to 10.7. And then from there, going all the way down here to about 10.3. So, but right now I am still bullish on Bitcoin. I believe, we're going to start going towards 12,000 very soon. And after we get some consolidation here from this rise it just had, I definitely think we'll continue on this bullish pattern for the next couple of days. And then see, Eckelberg says altcoins will pump in March. You see so many whales accumulating. Eckelberg, yeah, there's a lot of people accumulating right now in these altcoins. And again, when everything's red, that's when you want to be buying the altcoins. You don't want to be buying when everything's up 20%, because then you've pretty much missed the train. They could keep rising a couple days, but it's always best to buy some of these altcoins whenever you have Bitcoin rising like this, because then you're getting cheap prices. So, but also something to look out for is a lot of these coins that are doing good right now. That's usually the ones that are going to perform the best whenever, all the altcoins start rising and Bitcoin keeps rising. So something to keep in mind. Again, some other coins that I've been talking about that I've been bullish on. Again, Dragonchain has been one I've been bullish on. It's at $1.50. It's had the steady growth over the past couple of days. And that's another one I think is going to have a lot of growth this year. But again, look for coins that, when everything else is down, they're still on a positive percentage increase. And those are going to be the ones that are going to go up a lot more. So, but if you have a coin that you like Ethereum or Ripple, or, any coins that are in the red right now, again, take advantage of these cheap prices, because once altcoins start going, they're not going to stop. So again, yeah, I definitely think March we're going to see some altcoin action, and yeah, I can't wait. Let's see. Davitt said, I think it's BTC time to pump, then maybe alts. And Jefferson Kine said the larger holder of BTC will buy and then take profits. This will go on for a few more months till the bull run. So yeah, so basically right now, everything's consolidating, and just basically Bitcoin going up, consolidating a little, and then going up a little more. So yeah, the altcoin pump will happen very soon, I believe, and definitely can't wait for that. And then let's see, Davitt says a couple months is a long time. I think it'll be sooner. I think it'll be sooner too. I think we'll see it in the next month. We'll definitely see a nice alt boom here. And Eckelberg says now is the time to buy. Yes, definitely now is definitely the time to buy. So when you have some of these coins, that are kind of dropping as Bitcoin is rising. So let's see some other questions. And yeah, there's some good questions about, some coins dying off and others, holding strong. So, 2-3 years from now, most of these coins are going to be down to zero. You're going to have, a couple, maybe 50 to 100 that are going to survive. And those are the coins that you want to keep long term. So personally, for me, I have like some coins that I keep, separate that I don't touch. And then I keep a little pile where, I'll trade and try to obtain more Bitcoin or Litecoin or whatever. So coins such as, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, even Ripple. Some people like Ripple. I know, love it or hate it. But, like these top coins, like in the top 10, a lot of these coins are going to be the strong ones to lead the rallies. And I think it's smart to at least hold some of these. Probably Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Litecoin are your safest bets. Those have been around the longest. But again, any of these coins that have been performing well, have been around a long time, are established. These are the ones you want to look at for, some holding for long-term value. But, some of these new coins that are coming out, basically you got to look at the team. You got to look at their vision, what they've completed, and, who their partnerships are with, and just, the longevity, if they're going to last. So a lot of factors to look into. And you know, always keep that in mind when investing, especially for long term. So let's see. David says, what do you guys think about Wanchain? So yeah, David, so for Wanchain, it's a coin I've heard a lot about. Basically, that was like one of the biggest ICOs. People are still talking about it. Wanchain is definitely a coin I think is going to, you know, pump a lot. So there's so many people talking about it, and it's just, I mean, I think when you have all that hype about a coin that, you know, once it comes out, I mean, you're just going to have everyone buying it. So, you know, I mean, I think it's a good concept. It may be overhyped a little bit, but again, you know, hype is usually the thing that fuels the rising coins, you know, from the start. So possibly you may want to wait until after, you know, it comes on the exchange. Maybe there'll be a quick sell-off. But again, I think it'll be, you know, have a big pump whenever it comes out. So let's see. And TJ Eckelberg says, do you hold a masternode? So I do not hold a masternode. You know, I really want to look at masternodes because I think they have a lot of potential. Basically, you know, for those who don't know, you know, masternode is pretty much if you hold X number of a certain coin, then you get kind of the benefits, and it's almost like you're staking it, and you know, you get a certain percentage of returns for, you know, the X number of months or years that you're holding it. And I think it's great, you know, slow and steady growth, especially if you think the coin's going to grow over time. So definitely something to look into. And, you know, masternodes can be expensive. So again, if you see a coin that you like, and it's still a good price, you know, and it has a masternode, potentially look at getting that. So it could be a good investment. And then Kurt's asking for Tron. Kurt, for Tron, you know, I know some people that are bullish on it, but I'm not really too bullish on Tron. I know Tron just got listed on, I believe it was Bittrex yesterday or 2 days ago, and you know, it went up a good, I think it went up a good 15-20%. So you know, it had this small little rise here you saw whenever it got listed on Bittrex, but for me, I think it rose too fast too soon. And you know, I mean, it went up all the way to 27 cents. It's down to 5 cents now. I think it's just one of those coins that got a little bit overhyped, and they don't really have the products to support that growth. So I mean, long term, Tron could be a good coin, but again, if you're looking for like that short term growth, wait, couple months, I don't really see it, you know, going back up to those numbers like we saw. That's more of a long term thing. If you do want to invest in Tron. So, and then let's see, DJ Uckelberg says, where do you trade? Right now I trade at Bittrex, I trade at Binance, and Kucoin. So those are the main 3 exchanges I use. I also have accounts at Cryptopia, HitBTC, and then Coin Exchange as well. And I'm trying to think of any others. I think those are the only other ones I have. But yeah, I try to get accounts on all exchanges, because a lot of times, you know, there'll be coins that'll come out and they'll only get listed on like a few random exchanges. And that's your best chance to pick up those coins before they rise, you know, 50, 100%, and then they get on the next exchange. So I definitely recommend, like, if you don't have accounts on KuCoin, Cryptopia, you know, any of the like HitBTC, any of the less popular exchanges, definitely create an account on there, because that's where you're going to see a lot of those random coins that people want. They'll get listed on those exchanges first. So, or, you know, I mean, Fork Delta, which was previously Ether Delta, you know, definitely making sure that, you know, you're looking on those exchanges for these new coins that are coming out if you're interested in those. And then let's see, Jefferson Kine said Binance is probably the best and safest for what it's worth. And he asked for ADA. So Cardano, Cardano's a coin, you know, I'm bullish on for the long term. For those who watch crypto news, I know Matt, he's really bullish on Cardano. And, you know, I believe a good team, a great vision. And again, I think it's one of those coins that were pumped a lot when it came out. And, you know, I think, again, kind of the same deal with Tron. So I see Cardano growing long term. Short term, I don't know if I see it growing, you know, as fast as the other altcoins here. So take that for what it's worth. But yeah, Cardano, I mean, long term, I am bullish on it. Let's see. David says, I only use Binance and just signed up to Kucoin to buy Dragonchain. David, that's awesome. Again, yeah, Kucoin is the best exchange if you want to buy Dragonchain. I know Dragonchain hasn't been listed on Binance or Bittrex yet, and a lot of people are waiting for that. I believe the holdup is it was something with their platform. Basically, that until they have a live platform, they can't be listed on Bittrex or Binance. So they're working on that, and supposedly that's going to be completed this month. So again, you know, if Tron got listed on Bittrex not too long ago, you know, Dragonchain can't be far behind. So you can see here, I mean, ever since, you know, February 28th, I mean, we see this nice rise it's had. It's rose nearly, you know, from 122 to 150. So that's, you know, nearly 20% in the past couple of days. So it's had a nice growth so far. And again, this is a company that was created by Disney, and it's run right now by ex-Disney employees. And basically they provide turnkey solutions for startup businesses. So they like provide this this like blockchain solution, and they can implement it into a business's code, like their programming language, into their system. And because a lot of businesses don't get into the blockchain technology because it's too convoluted and too complicated, so basically Dragonchain takes that business, implements the blockchain technology for them, makes it compatible with Java, C++, whatever they're using, and then the business is like, you know, in the blockchain sector now. So they work with a lot of companies, have a lot of startup ICOs, a lot of incubator projects that they're doing. So I'm definitely bullish on Dragonchain. I see this being a top 20 coin this year, easy. So right now it's ranked 57. You know, I see it easily being, you know, above Quantum Lisk and having a lot more potential. So $5-10 easy at the end of the year. There's definitely a lot of good growth for that coin. Let's see what else. And David says, let's see, he says, ADA is a good coin, but they have no platform. And without platform, I personally don't think they should have billions of dollars invested. Yeah, David, that's a good point. Again, you know, looking if companies have gotten too hyped, kind of too ahead of their time. Looking for that when you're looking at, you know, how much growth they've had in a short amount of time. So, and then I'll read one more, and then I'll go into some more news articles. David also says, it's interesting why Ripple is not rising in price despite all this good news on it. David, yeah, so there's been a lot of good news on Ripple. You know, I believe their XRapid platform, a company adopted that, and basically that they've been having, you know, a lot of partnerships, and a lot of companies use their platforms. And I think one of the reasons why Ripple hasn't been rising is it's just one of those coins that they have such a split community right now. Some people love it, some people hate it. And really, I think once more and more banks and more companies like actually start using the coin for XRapid, that's when you'll really see people accumulating Ripple, because then you'll need it for the actual transactions. You'll need to use the currency versus just their platform. So I think, you know, I think this year we'll definitely see Ripple rise, you know, $3 to $5 back up to where it was. And I think, you know, long term, I am bullish on Ripple. Again, love it or hate it, I think, you know, they're doing a lot of good stuff, trying to get a lot of good partnerships, and I think we'll see some good stuff from Ripple. But yeah, I know what you mean. You know, there could be a lot of good news out and coins don't even rise. So it's frustrating. But again, if you really believe in the company, then just hold it long term, and there could be some good growth with it. So with that, let's go ahead and look at some more articles here. So there's an article today. It says a company to link gold trade payment methods with cryptocurrency techniques. So there's this company that came out. It's called Karat Bank. And it says they're creating a new blockchain-based cryptocurrency based on the ancient legacy of gold. And basically they're saying how gold is like used as a safe haven. It's been used to hedge against, you know, like market downfalls. And basically what this company is trying to do, they're trying to make a currency that kind of acts as gold, and then you can actually sell it for like the same amount, or convert it to the same amount of gold in value that it's worth. So, and it's kind of linked to gold prices. So they're trying to like combine, you know, actual gold with cryptocurrency. Again, I don't know how much this is going to take off. It says the pre-ICO has already begun and will continue until March 21st, with the main ICO beginning March 22nd. And then it says here that the CEO has 40 years of experience in the financial consultancy, and then just says some stuff about the CEO and their company. And again, with this company here trying to act like their cryptocurrency is going to be the quote unquote gold, I think really Bitcoin is what a lot of people are looking at as the gold. I think this company is trying to do it's good. They're trying to link their price to actual gold and kind of tie the volatility to that. But again, I don't know how much it's going to take off since Bitcoin is already seen as a store of value. And then you have other cryptocurrencies, kind of Digix DAO, which this cryptocurrency was actually going up while Bitcoin was going down. So, during this whole time, you can see its steady rise over the past 7 days. And this is kind of the same thing. It's like it's kind of like a company that focuses on the gold aspect as well. So I think there's already some players in this market, and again, I don't see this company really taking off, but it was an article I saw, so I just wanted to talk about that. And another article here which says 2 bullish signs for Bitcoin. So, and this is by Forbes. So as you know, Forbes is one of the biggest involved people that are involved in business and basically the financial sector. So for them to talk about Bitcoin and publish an article on it, positive article at that, is saying a lot. So it's talking about Bitcoin, being over 11,000 after some consolidation below 11,000, and it's saying here that Bitcoin is beginning to behave like the new gold. So something we've heard before, shining in times of extreme uncertainty that take over Wall Street. So they talk about when gold was used as a hedge, as I previously mentioned, and it says now Bitcoin is taking its place as evidenced by the performance of the two assets over time. So if you were keeping track, whenever the stock market was declining, Bitcoin was actually rising for those couple of days. So it mentions here that it says Bitcoin rallied last week as conventional gold and stocks faltered due to anxiety over the direction of interest rates and world trade. It says the people's currency gained 13.95% early in the week and 22.81% in the last 30 days, while the Spider Gold Trust lost 2.31% and 2.51% over the same period. And then the S&P 500 lost 3.5% and 5%. So that's showing you that a lot of people are starting to go towards Bitcoin now whenever the stock market is declining. So I think this is a great change we're seeing. And we're just seeing more and more people convert over to Bitcoin, in times of uncertainty. So it even says here, Bitcoin displayed a similar pattern last year when it rallied as North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un was launching missiles over Japan, and as China was trying to write its own navigation rules in the South China Sea. So again, when all this stuff's going on in the world and you have the stock market declining, you have uncertainty, a lot of people are coming to Bitcoin now because they are seeing that as the new gold, and it's good to see now that's actually starting to take form. Because these past couple of days when the stock market was declining, you had Bitcoin rising. So again, I see this very positive news for Bitcoin moving forward, and for Forbes to publish this. Again, it's just more and more people are they're gonna have their eyes on Bitcoin. So it's definitely positive. So hey, Crypto Space Media, good to have you. Thanks for coming. And then let's see. And then One Man Army says, "Have you looked at Stack yet?" So I have not looked at Stack. I'll go ahead and I have not looked at Stack. Is that an ICO? I'm guessing. I'll have to check that out and get back to you on that. And then what's going on, Rick? Good to have you here. And let's see. All right. So some other articles I want to talk about is Germany. So yesterday, article came out. It says Germany will not tax individuals using cryptocurrencies as a means of payment. So this is some really big news because this basically is solidifying that Germany is pro cryptocurrency right now. So for those who don't live in the United States, basically in the US, you're taxed on when you sell your Bitcoin, when you trade for it. If you make purchases for it, and they kind of treat it like property in the US. But here it says, Germany isn't taxing people who use it as a means of payment. So it says, according to the Ministry of Finance, Peter Altmaier, individuals that use cryptocurrencies as means of payment will not be taxed. In a moment when the world is discussing major crypto regulations, this information allowed crypto users in Germany to feel there's an intention of wider use of cryptocurrencies. So again, this kind of helps for people living in Germany that cryptocurrencies will basically, be spread in businesses, basically in different forms of payment, and for them not to be taxed, that kind of provides incentive for businesses to accept the cryptocurrencies and for people, to use them as payments. So I think will create a lot more adoption in Germany. I think this is a great approach by the Ministry of Finance, and one that's going to grow cryptocurrencies a lot more in the country. So, and then it also says here, it says in Germany, if you transact cryptocurrencies for goods or services, the virtual currency involved will be considered as a means of payment. And it says, let's see, and then it says here, it says virtual currencies become the equivalent to legal means of payment, and so far as these so-called virtual currencies of those involved in the transaction as an alternative, contractual, and immediate means of payment have been accepted. So again, this is just great news. And another big part of this, it says another important aspect of the document is that cryptocurrency miners that receive block rewards will neither be taxed. The services are voluntary according to the document. So if you're mining cryptocurrency and you get block rewards, you won't be taxed here. So, I mean, if that's not incentive to, start getting into mining or just to, start getting into paying with cryptocurrencies, I don't know what will. Because if they're not taxed, I mean, it's kind of like free money right there. So if you live in Germany, I'd definitely take advantage of this because this is great news. And again, I think this is setting, good precedent for cryptocurrencies in there. And let's see. And Woman Army says Stack STK. You look into it at all yet? Looks similar to Centra, but it scans and converts at proof of stake. Register with any crypto. Looks easy and promising. So yeah, I'll actually have to check out Stack. Yeah, I haven't checked it out yet, but I'll definitely look at that, and I'll have to get back to you on that. But let me see actually if it's. We'll go ahead and see if we can look it up here. Let's see, STK. So yeah, so today it's up 4.5%. That's not bad. Well, most of the other coins are down, and I mean, looking at, let's see. I mean, looking at the kind of what it's had, the chart isn't too positive. Right now it's only on, so it's on Huobi, it's on Kucoin, Robinhood. So it's on a couple exchanges, which is good. I'd have to do more research on it though to see. But again, kind of from its inception, it's been on a little decline here. So I'd kind of look for some news or something to, to have a positive outlook on it for the future. But yeah, that's definitely something I'll look for. And yeah, I'll have to get back to you on that one. And then it says, let's see. Yeah, Rick. Rick says, wow, no tax. Yeah, it's crazy. I can't believe I wish I lived in Germany, because I mean, in the US, everything is getting taxed with cryptocurrencies right now. But yeah, Germany, a lot of these countries take advantage of these no tax laws because, who knows how long they'll be around. So let's see. One Man Army says point of sale just came out last week. Okay, and that's some good news then. Then yeah, it definitely could be a good long-term investment. So so one last article I wanted to cover. So I want to go over LightPay. So if people remember, whenever Litecoin was having that large rise, whenever it was, I think it rose from about $165 to over $230 within a week. A big part of that was due to LightPay and basically people wanting to get, basically get in because LightPay was going to activate, I believe February 26th, it was going to roll out. And basically what LightPay is, it makes it easier for businesses to accept Litecoin and, from anywhere around the world. So it was kind of like a, one means of payment, and it just made it easier for businesses to transact with Litecoin, similar to BitPay. And LightPay was actually partnered with Visa, or they claim that they were going to have a debit card with Visa that you would be able to, have your Litecoin on and just kind of pay with that to wherever Visa is accepted. Now, when it came out, you know, they still rolled out LightPay on February 26th, but they had to postpone the Litecoin debit card. So this was on February 28th. It says they postponed the Litecoin debit card plan due to issues with the card issuer. So basically, you know, a lot of credit card companies right now are being very, very careful whenever they're for people that are buying cryptocurrencies with their credit card. I know JP Morgan, I think Wells Fargo, and I think Citibank as well. They were restricting purchases with of cryptocurrency with credit cards, but I believe debit cards were still allowed. Now, Visa right now, they basically, it says here, so it says, you know, when they shut down the Wavecrest service provider altogether, Wavecrest was a popular credit card issuer for cryptocurrencies, and Visa shut that down. So right now, Visa's kind of not really, you know, I guess not really adopting this right now. I guess until, you know, cryptocurrencies get more certain, they're going to lay off of it. But it says, big news was everyone surprised when LightPay announced it would go ahead with its card launch on February 26th. But it says, in an email sent out to its followers, the company explained that its card registration process had been delayed indefinitely. The reason is hostile actions by card issuers. So again, you know, whenever companies start coming around, whenever the credit card issuers start, you know, saying that cryptocurrencies are here to stay and all of their clients want them, then I believe we'll start seeing, you know, Visa, MasterCard kind of sticking their head out and partnering with Litecoin and a couple other of these cryptocurrencies. So again, kind of it's on the back burner right now, but I mean, Litecoin has been doing great with its developments and, you know, how their team's been working with a lot of stuff. So again, this is one kind of bump in the road for them, but it seems like, you know, people are still believing Litecoin. As you can see, it's up today. And I think once Visa does announce their partnership with LightPay, then we'll start to see Litecoin go up even further and towards that $1,000 target by the end of the year. So definitely something to keep in mind. And let's see. And Dr. TJ Eckelberg says he lives in Germany. So that's awesome. I'm jealous of you. I wish I was living in Germany. But yeah, I mean, again, you know, any country that has those no tax laws, oh man, I'm envious right now because there are a lot of gains to be made with cryptocurrencies. And if you get to keep those, then more power to you. You know, make as much money as you can. So, and with that, if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. Basically, that was all I had for today. Just want to go over those articles. Going to go over, you know, what Bitcoin's been doing. Again, I am bullish on Bitcoin. I think it may have a little consolidation here. If it tests this 11,200 support and fails that, the next one we're looking at is 10,800. So those are the two levels we're going to look at today. And again, if it holds above those, then we'll see 12,000 before we know it. So keep that in mind. And let's see. And my official says, have you ever heard of Terra mining? Difficult, doesn't affect payouts. I have not heard of Terra mining. I'll have to look at that actually. I know there's a lot of different, you know, mining techniques and different companies and everything, so that's definitely something to look forward to. So Jefferson Kine says gold, silver, guns, God, and crypto. Yep, just it's all 5 of those right there. But yeah, hey, I'm glad you know, I could have all y'all here. Appreciate the support. Again, this channel's been growing like crazy. I appreciate every one of y'all. We're just growing this channel more and more, expanding that crypto family. And again, it's you know, it's great to see all the support and stuff, and I really, really appreciate it. And appreciate all of y'all who are engaging in the chat and stuff, and just you know, contributing positively here. So again, you know, just trying to expand that crypto family, and again, just growing together, and hopefully, you know, we'll see 12,000 Bitcoin before we know it, and then on our way to 20,000. So again, thanks for watching, y'all, and y'all have a good night or morning wherever you live. And until next time, talk to you later.